guys, welcome to this week's episode of the Chat with Mila podcast edition. My name is Mila. Without further ado, come with me as I read you this week's episode. Top of the day to you, Mila. Thank you for building this community. I would like to remain anonymous when this goes on air. I'm living my worst nightmare. This whole justice for Chaya matter has opened the Pandora box in my life, and my marriage is about to go up in flames. I was molested by my dad's younger brother, who was almost 20 years old when I was just 9 years old. He went the whole 9 yards, not just once but for months. I couldn't tell my parents because he kept threatening to unalive anyone I tell, and so I stayed quiet out of fear. My parents found out somehow when I developed a bad infection, but to my disappointment, my father prevailed on my mom to bury the matter, and we never spoke about it ever again. I carried this pain and resentment for my parents in my heart for many years. It was so bad that as soon as I started earning my own money, I cut them all off and moved far away from everyone. They weren't even invited to my wedding because I can't move past how they betrayed me. Anyway, this justice for Chaya matter has made a lot of victims to relieve their trauma, and people are now calling out their abusers no matter how long and how much time has passed. I was still gearing up to finally hold my parents accountable for what they did to me when I got a call from my husband's younger sister. I've been seeing her WhatsApp status updates about the biggest evil in people's lives being their own families, but I didn't take it to heart until she called me and told me my husband molested her from when she was 7 years old until she turned 16 and fled home. She said her parents were aware and tried to trivialize it by saying, although it's not right, it's still better he did it to his sister than an outsider. And they can manage the situation and keep it a secret because every family has its own secrets. She said she just called to warn me to look out for my daughters when I finally have kids, because if he could do it to her, he could do it to his own daughters too. She sent me voice notes that confirmed she's telling the truth. I myself am a survivor, and my husband knows about my past. Why then did he still go ahead to hide this past of his, lied to me and married me despite knowing that this information will ruin everything? Now I am heartbroken all over again. I feel more betrayed than I felt about what my family did. Where do I go from here? I have moved out of our matrimonial home. After confronting him, I'm currently staying in an Airbnb. I don't even know what to do now. Where do I go from here, Mila? I feel like a sharp knife has been driven into my heart yet again. Will I ever get peace and healing in this lifetime? I'm so sorry, honestly. Guys, I brought this to the court of public opinion. Please encourage her and leave your advice for her in the comment section. She will be reading. If you have your own stories you also like to share with me anonymously on any of our episodes, kindly use any of the available means on the screen to reach me, and I will be here to bring it to the court of public opinion. Until I come your way again next week, stay out of trouble. My name is Mila, and I'll see you next week. Bye for now.